hard to do a repo series that the fact it fails if you don't understand the material and why it's so special. In this case, they know what they're doing and you feel the passion. Now, it's the first time you see my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, or something completely random. Today will be a next original anime series called Carmen Sandiego. Let's get started. To be truthful, when I started watching this, I was kind of scared to be an awful show because the main interest of Carmen Sandiego is the fact you don't know much about her. The fact you don't know so maybe 5 or 4 things. One, she's an orphan. She was hired by Acme. She betrayed Acme to create Fowl to become more better criminal. But because the reason she did this is because she was bored. And that's it. That's all you know about her. The only thing she knows, she's obsessed with stealing stuff and leaving clues. You see, you could chase her. And that's it. That's all you know about her. That's why she's so interesting, because you have to kind of analyze all her words, her game she does. That's how the original really was. That kind of interest. How you keep that still interesting but not ruin the character. Well, doing the same thing but changing a few things. One, she never created Fowl. That's the interesting part. Secondly, she was found by Fowl and raised in an island that you find out she was the only child there raised. The rest of them are basically teens or older because they were basically an organization who hires young talented people to train them for work for Fowl. That in itself is kind of fascinating because that means she is probably the most talented one of the whole bunch, because she has that kind of oozy enthusiastic, she wants to do whatever she wants. But I love that she kind of give her more interesting development, because she only knows to be a crook. That's actually something interesting. What happened is Carmen get out of Fowl and runs her own life to figure out what she's learned is all a lie. And that's the interesting part of the whole series. She's finding out what's a lie, but not as like a normal, oh, you know what you're doing, stealing is wrong. It is? No, they don't do that. They actually have something so interesting that very few shows don't forget to do. What to make her understand what other people are trying to say, like stealing it's bad, like why it's bad, especially someone who doesn't know the concept of it. And I love that they all connected to the German dolls when she was found was that she was a child. These German dolls are basically not expensive. In fact, they're kind of useless. But it's the meaning she has with the German dolls that is so special to her, because anyone could destroy it and she could be pissed off because it's something mean to her. But of course you could replace it with other German dolls, but you can't, because those German dolls are special. It's a connection to her past that she cannot let go. That in itself is interesting because they do explain what happens if the German dolls stolen for her. She feels she stole something special for her. So that's why she has her motivation, that someone steals something special, something unique, like a Declaration of Independence or the Statue of Liberty. Those things are special to the people. If you stole it, that's like the major crime you ever done. That stuff is so easy to explain, so easy to understand her motivation. You actually care and understand what she's doing. It's wrong, but understand she's the only one who can do this because she is trained. Especially with the Fowl, that is so interesting because Fowl is a real organization. I mean, in this world, I mean real, I mean they actually feel are real, because everything they do is kind of despicable, because there's sometimes they do things like they're poisoning a certain branch of food of certain country they're known for. They actually poison it to make sure no one eats it, so they can actually come in front of them and says, we have the same food, how about we sell you? But the interesting part is, so just to make a profit, that itself is kind of disturbing. You also have another moment that there is a bunch of gold coins that are so rare, so unique, that the Fowl wants it, at least one of the members of Fowl, for one reason only, not to make profit, is to melt it and make it earrings or out of it, just to show off for the co-workers. That's it. There is nothing to it. That in itself is so selfish, but at the same time so real. That little things like that makes this organization so dangerous, so scary, so believably real, that it's just interests me about this group, because each member of this staff who runs Fowl, they actually feel not like no characters. They are fully developed. Each one have a special ability or special talent for the organization. Be love it, they don't go, oh, we try to take over the world because we're evil. No, they make this organization to make business transactions, to blackmail, to steal, to do anything horrible just to make a profit. That in itself is so real that it's kind of scary. In fact, but I love that they're actually more than just characters. It's Carmen's family and friends that she must betray because she found out she was lied to and she wants payback. But at the same time, she really doesn't. But you realize if she has a normal life, can she actually have a normal life? Because she was raised to be a criminal. She can actually have a normal life. I love that they actually focus on a few seconds that when she has no mission, she feels agitated. She feels she needs to do something, to steal, to actually do some sort of criminal activity. That in itself is so interesting for a character. Especially I love she's knowing she's doing something wrong but it's for a good reason. But when is the limit? I mean, yeah, something she does is kind of questionable. I'm not gonna lie, but I love that actually put so many layers to her. Especially how the relationship to Val and Carmen, because some of them are basically family members, adopted family members in a way that she wants to get close, but at the same time she can't because they want to kill her. And you have this kind of weird, disturbed relationship with Val that I just love. I love that kind of messed up kind of things, and I love that they take it so maturely and very interesting way to anyone to understand, to a child, to the full adult, that is they're doing is horrible, but sometimes you have to do horrible things to do something good. That is something interesting, and I love that they also have the point of view of the detective that is could be annoying, but he has this huge ego who's trying to capture Carmen Sandiego. But you have that cliche, but I love that he could be developed later on in the later seasons because he is that good. He has that kind of intuition to know where Carmen really is. But of course, he's a loudmouth, over-exaggerated kind of detective that, yeah, his own ego kind of stops him to being a successful career detective. But I love that each character has their own moments to develop, to understand and what the reason why they're doing there. That is so much dedication and love. Especially use all the fan service from the last show they made, like the Zach and Ivy and the Chief return, but a different way. Because, for example, you have Ivy and Zach. The original, they were basically detected from Acme. This version, they actually worked with Carmen, but never explain how she met them, what they're useful for. In the series, do show you what they're useful because Zach is basically the getaway driver, and Ivy is basically the distraction point. Kind of misdirect her enemies to somewhere else, and their origin has changed too because they're basically now New Yorkers or New Jersey. I can't really tell their accents anyway, but both of them are still a brother and sister, and they actually has a lot of common relief with both of them. Of course, you also have the Chief back, but this time not the animated version Chief, the original Chief with the idea of their hologram point of view. Like always, like I love that they kind of combine both characters in one and make her more serious but less comical, make it more dramatic. Yeah, I enjoy that. They're very good touch here and there. Now, the animation is amazing, especially they chose kind of the Tetsunaire. If you guys see that anime series, I recommend it just for Tetsunaire. It's a great series, and especially they use that same art style. But that's no problem. The art style of the Tetsunaire has that one problem that is it's kind of janky. You can see that some moments, but when they start the action, it's amazing. But when they do choreography for fight scenes, you see they're kind of limited because of the budget. Some fight scenes are really well made. Some of them are kind of basic and clunky. But once more, it's something I feel they don't want to be that violent, but sometimes it has to be violent. Especially remove the gun aspect of this series because you know for the last series they couldn't use guns because of tourist entertainment. But they also have a way to explain what they need guns because it's a game changer. She didn't want to kill the kids who were chasing them. In this version, they still have that emphasis. They won't kill people without using guns. That's kind of strange and weird. It's something you do notice, but once more, that's kind of the thing of Carmen Sandiego. So it's not a bad thing. You also, I got really nothing else bad to say. I mean, you have that moment, and it's maybe that's it. I mean. This show is almost perfect, basically. Now, I have to rate this series. I have to give it a 9. Before I end this review, let me ask this one question. Do you feel this series was successful? To me, it was. I mean, it was amazing. The art stuff, the music, the characters, the development, the mystery of Carmen is still there. That is satisfying, interesting, and enjoyable. But if you didn't like it, tell me why. I got nothing else to say. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.